Okay, just realize I'm live now. This is my first time ever going live on this channel. The history of our nationality is important. Yep. Yep. The history of our nationality is important. Since I'm here already, let me read Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And even thyself, and thy even thyself shall discontinue from thy inheritance that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. What this is going into is talking about if we didn't keep the commandments of God. Let's go and get that. Deuteronomy chapter um, 28 and 15. If we didn't do something simple as this, he said we was going to be cursed in the field, the city, the workplace, all that. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. The Bible says, but it shall come to pass if will thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Hearken means to listen, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. He said that all these curses was going to come upon us and overtake us. So our inheritance. Let's read about one of the inheritance that he gave us that we lost. Isaiah 28 28 and verse 8. For all tables are full of vomit. Now, when they say all tables are full of vomit, that's talking about the ways of America. That means you can't find no truth nowhere else but through the men of the Most High God, the prophets of the Lord, the Most High sent and established up on the earth is to break down these prophecies in the last days. For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his will he speak to this people? He says, for with stammering lips and another tongue. Now, when they say a stammering lips, that means when we reading, we barely can understand because we've been lost. We had discontinued from our heritage because we was hard-headed and we didn't want to listen. We couldn't read well. So we had to stumble. You know what I mean? We had to go through the process of trying to learn because we lost our language. Because notice it says here, for with stumbling lips and another tongue. That means another language. That's why we speak in English, is because they beat these things out of us, our forefathers, during slavery. It says, for with another, let's go to Deuteronomy and let's get some more light on that. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 49. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 49. Then the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. That means they had no mercy upon none of our family members, old or young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed. Now notice when it says, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land. All these things are curses. And that fit the nation, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We don't get to eat nothing. We don't get to enjoy the fruit of our labor. The other nations will enjoy that. You know what I mean? So it says, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and in the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee neither corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee, mentally destroyed. Now let me show you what that destroyed is. Let's look at Hosea. Let's go to Hosea. Until he have destroyed thee. Until he have destroyed thee. Let's go to Hosea. And when it say he, that's talking about the so-called white. Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the Lord thy God, I will also forget thy children. It's all about lack of knowledge. We discontinue from our heritage. And so we had to, because of that, we had to serve the other nation. So I'm gonna go ahead on, I'm gonna close this out. This is my first video on here. So I'm going to close it out here and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, sometime the day later on.